Stay tuned for the John Blower podcast. Hey guys, thank you for joining us. This is the John Blower podcast. Mr. Scudder.
Hey, I'm James.
How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Wicked, mate. Wicked. So you messaged me and you was like, can I come along and show you my car?
Yeah. So I created, bodged.
Bodged. You're nicking my terminology now.
How you want to put it? I made the world's first road legal kids ride on toy car. So it all started in lockdown last year. So it must have been around the April time. So I think we're a good month into it, and brain was going mental.
Like all of us.
Yeah, it was a hard time for everybody. Everybody suffered mental health wise, the lot. I need something to distract myself. Now I was quite fortunate. I was able to work from home, so I had a big distraction. But we was all trapped in. I wanted to take the kids out and everything, and I had a look about. And I had these little toy ride-on cars for sale, and I was like, that's great. And they had like a selection. You hear like Fords, Mercedes, Porsche, Lamborghinis, everything. So I got all four of my kids one. Okay.
Of course you did.
So no. Sorry. Tell you what. At the start of lockdown, I only had 3 kids. So it was a couple months after I had the 4th one arrived. Then
congratulations.
Thank you. It was a year on the 18th. So
happy birthday.
Yeah. Little lockdown babies. Only ever seen people with a mask on. Poor
That's
little bloke.
true.
Thinks everyone's just got a blue face.
Everyone's going to start seeing teeth and get really scared. Yeah. What is this thing? Oh, bless.
So I bought my eldest daughter this red ride-on car. It's a 2-seater one. I bought my eldest son a sort of monster truck one. I bought my youngest daughter at the time a little yellow Ford Focus. So I had some fun and games with these cars, and I was kind of looking at them and I was like, they're a bit fun. The kids absolutely loved driving around on them. They just loved them. It's just, we took them out every opportunity. I was like, well, how can
just
I make
normal electric, just
normal
the
little
normal,
kiddie toy ride on cars, little seatbelt, do about 5 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You get a little remote control as well. That's quite cool. You can use them as little remote control cars. Right? It's brilliant. And for the younger ones, that was good because my youngest daughter, she was only 2 at the time. Sorry, no. She was 1 at the time. She turned 2 in the October. She'll be 3 this year. Sorry, too many birthdays, too many ages.
You've got a lot of birthdays, yeah.
Too many. And they all seem to be clumped in 2 groups as well. In January and October. Everybody's birthdays in it.
And you got Christmas, so you got a couple of fun times a year.
I dread that half of the year.
I can imagine, mate.
Fortune.
I can imagine.
Q4, Q1, yeah. Poor credit cards.
No outgoings. Or no ingoings.
Yeah, it's just, But no, so anyway, so I started playing about with them, and what happened was my eldest daughter's toy car, I got her, it was a 2-seater one, and it was quite big and quite nippy, and it was kind of, I was like, yeah. So I realised I could sit in it, and it was a bit of fun driving around. And I was like, yeah, this is fun. And I was driving it around, and I took it out a couple of places. I drove it around the local block and everything, and it was a good laugh. I quite enjoyed it. It would do sort of 8-9 miles an hour with me in. So it was her one was a bit nippy in the others. And I was like, yeah, it's a bit of fun. So anyway, so I started modifying the younger kids' ones, and I kind of, my son, he really wanted a police car one. So I just bought some police stickers on eBay, a couple of police lights and a police siren and everything. And it was a bit of fun. He's happy with it. It's his police monster truck. It was white anyway, so it was quite easy turning into a police car. So then I came back to looking at the red car, and I sat down and went, I can fit in this. This is a lot of fun. So what we did, I took it out, and I took it out on the road, and I will admit this was a silly mistake, so please don't do this.
Do not ride your child's cars on the road.
Yeah. It's illegal. It's illegal for your children to ride them on. Children can only ride these toy cars on private land. Even on the pavement, technically that's a motorised vehicle. It's the same thing as you get the electric scooters.
Yeah.
So it's the same laws. Children aren't allowed to ride them unless it's on private land, okay? So normally your police never's going to pull a child over in a little toy car. An adult, on the other hand, though, don't quite like you. So I wrote my friend Andy into it, and I went, come on, we're going to make a YouTube video. We're going to take this car out and we're going to have a bit of fun. So we took it out, and we took it to Windsor Street. As if you're listening to this podcast, I'm guessing all your viewers are local.
Yeah. So, Uxbridge.
So I grew up in Uxbridge. I don't live in Uxbridge anymore, but I only live down the road in High Wycombe, so not a million miles away. Uxbridge, well, it's out my price range now, unfortunately. It's
yeah, it's a bit tough.
oh, Jesus. Just property prices are insane now, aren't they? It's nuts. But
Yeah.
anyway, I digress. So we've got down Windsor Street. I turned around to my friend and I've gone, look, it may sound silly, but all I really want to do tonight, because it'll make a really good video, is to get pulled over by the police.
This is before it was
This is before it was road legal.
Yeah,
so this was literally, I'd had it, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, I think. And this was before. So this does actually lead into why I made it road legal.
Yeah.
So we pulled up on Windsor Street and we've unloaded it from the back of my car. All right, this is great. I'm going to drive it down. I must have driven it 5 meters.
Yeah,
5
you literally
meters?
said out here, you said by the time you got to the end.
Yeah. And there's a police car at the side of me.
Unmarked as well.
Yeah,
you got undercover shit going on there.
Yeah, he was unmarked, and I'll be honest, he was a very friendly police officer. He wouldn't know what it was. He thought it looked cool. I could not convince him to get in it and have a go, no matter how much I tried. Okay, I was determined I was going to convince him to get in it and have a go, because that would have just made an amazing.
That would have
video.
been a good video. That would,
or even just a photo from it, just of him sitting in it. No, he wouldn't do it. And essentially, yeah, he advised me that, look, have some fun, lads, but please don't annoy people, don't upset people. Okay? So I completely complied with all his rules after he's left, and I went and did donuts outside Uxbridge Tube Station.
Donuts outside Uxbridge Tube Station.
Then, just in case someone called him and did complain, I'd load back in the car and run away quickly.
That's yes. If in doubt, run.
Yeah, and it was literally, we drove it, I did my donuts, recorded it on a video, got in the car, loaded it back in my little Ford Galaxy, and off we drove as quick as possible out of Uxbridge, and then didn't film any more in Uxbridge until tonight, where I've come back to see you.
Is this like the full circle thing now?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so I've come back, and if it wasn't raining,
yeah, we were going to go out on the road. Weren't
we were, and it would have to go down Windsor Street. So because now since then, and this led to my sort of infusing me into it, I was like, right, let's make this road legal. And I sat there and I thought, well, it can't be that difficult. You see kit cars all the time, and everyone's sort of, they've put some lights on it, some mirrors, and they drive these things around. They're taken for a test, and off you go. Well, so I looked into it, and the government, or the DVLA, I should say, they give you this a hand guidebook, okay, for the requirements you need to meet. There's certain things like lights have to be at a certain height, mirrors have to be able to see a certain distance. Sort of
so
thing.
I'm assuming that this thing from the DVLA, that was written for people that do kit cars. It wasn't written for
idiots like me, really. For people who've got a kid's toy car.
Think, what an idea.
Yeah, has a lot of free time in the evenings and is very frustrating. Is trying to get rid of some pent-up frustrations, really, due to lockdown.
Yeah.
And so I got this book. It was just under 300 pages long from memory now, this book.
Wow.
It made for some amazing bedtime reading.
Yeah.
So I printed it out and I tried taking it to bed, and well, yeah, the wife just kicked me out again. She just went, no. So to be honest, I don't blame her, really.
You're not bringing this DVLA book to bed.
Yeah. I became quite obsessed with this book. And I was like, so here's this rule, here's that rule. And so I started going through all the processes, and I was like, right, so the main thing really, the biggest challenge I've got, or what I foresaw, because I had brakes on it already from the factory, so it wasn't too bad. I had to fit brakes on the front of the car. Once again, that was going to be quite easy because brakes were on there. So I was just sort of upgrading. The hardest part I found, which is probably the most simplest, and to anybody who's car-minded, probably quite similar. I should point out I work with computers, not with cars.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So it was the indicator system. So I went on all these kit car forums, sites, and Facebook pages and everything. And I sat there and went, right, guys, building a car, I need some help. How do I build up the indicator system for it? I need some hazards and some indicators. So I went, oh, well, you just used the loom, the wiring loom from your donor card. I went, well, I don't have a donor card. I went, well, go and get a donor card. And I was like, right, so this really isn't proving that helpful. So I sat down and eventually I got it done. And I got the lights wired in, and I sort of had to get an LED indicator relay. I had to do some wires off to this switch that can go left and right. Obviously, it's got to go left and right because you have left and right indicators.
I hear.
But then you have to have a hazard switch button as well. So I fit that in. But then I realised I'd done something weird with the wiring. So when I turned, so first of all, I wired it up so it's left and right. And I was like, fine, I'll then wire in the hazards after. So I was like, I need to get the basic part done. And I got that. Then I wired in my hazard light switch. But when I wired that in, all I did was accidentally turn the indicator. So when you turn left, it just turned the hazards on. When you turn right, it turned the hazards on.
That sounds like something that I would do.
I was like, Then I discovered there's these wonderful things called diodes.
Diodes, yeah.
And they let electricity flow in one direction only. Okay, and that was my problem. Was electricity was flowing over
to
all
and fro.
directions.
Yeah.
And it was something I learned, and it was quite cool to learn these things. It was really. It was interesting because it was quite new to me, and that sort of fascinated me. And I was like,
so that's the thing. You've never. It's not like you've got a history of, I used to work for McLaren, and I was a circuit breaker, or I was a technician for this. This literally just came of you, bored in lockdown, going, do you know what? How cool would it be if I turned that road legal, or if I sped that up?
Yeah. The closest I had to experience of working on a car was being a 17-year-old boy racer in my Ford Fiesta.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
And we all did that when we were 17.
We did, yeah.
And then, I then did it again in my 30s.
Mate, why not?
Just with a kid's car.
With a kid's car.
So, but it was fun. And I had to do it because I like my music and my daughter likes music as well. So I bought this tiny little amplifier that's for a car. It's called a Pioneer GMD 1004. Pioneer, I'm going to charge you for that plug, by the way.
Yeah, Pioneer.
There you go. You owe us £10.
£10, is that what we're charging?
Yeah, we'll charge £10 a plug.
Yeah,
every time we say the word Pioneer, it's £10.
We're up to about 40 quid now, Pioneer 50 watt.
Yeah.
There you go, done.
So anyway, I put this Pioneer amplifier in, 60 now. And it's great. And then I bought some Pioneer speakers.
Oh, wow.
And I bought 2 sets of Pioneer speakers. Are you keeping tally, by the way?
Yeah.
Afterwards, yeah.
I think we're not going to get, we're going to get demonetised now because you've advertised too much.
Oh, damn it, right. So I take
so
that
these
back.
Pioneer speakers that you bought, yes. But you've literally, there is like a proper sound system in
there is. And then I sat there and so I got 2 speakers in the rear, 2 speakers in the front. Okay, now the car came with one little kiddie speaker in, so I just took that out, put that one in there. I drilled some holes in this toy car. That was the scariest part. That was the first time I drilled into it. Before, I managed to sort of just tack everything in place sort of thing and just fit it in. I had to cut a hole in it. That was quite scary, really, because the toy car, the base frame for it, cost £700 sort of thing. It was this was our holiday money that went on these toy cars for children because they needed to maintain them. Summer was coming up. We had a heat wave and everything. Oh God, I missed that heat wave. This weather, this time.
I was speaking to someone today, mate. It's literally now that we're allowed out, and it's been pissing down the whole week.
Yeah.
But yeah, last year,
it's glorious.
Oh, beautiful.
I miss it, and I kind of glad
this weekend coming. Well, this is coming out on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the weekend that we've just had would have been gorgeous, and everyone will be watching this going, "What are they on about rain? I don't remember the rain."
Probably,
Let's hope.
Let's hope. Fingers crossed, mate. I need some good weather.
Yeah, you need to get out in your car.
I know. There's no roof.
It's no roof.
It's open top.
Why didn't you put a roof on it?
Because I'm not that good. I've got a golf umbrella though, so I've driven around a couple of times like that.
Of course you have.
Not too sure on legalities on that one. If you're a copper and you want to arrest me, I've not driven on the road with a golf umbrella. If you're a copper and you know whether it's legal or not, then just let me know.
But that's the thing, like you said, when you got pulled over by the policeman, I mean, he was a lovely guy, but he sort of pulled you and went like, I know you're breaking a law, but I'm not sure what one it is.
You've obviously seen my video from before then. Yeah, he was quite confused. He was like, look, I know there's a law you're breaking. And yeah, it was a great, because it was a child's toy car. Now, we've all seen in the media lately, it's quite heavily advertised about e-scooters and that on the road. But your children's toy car, most people, and a lot of people have heard, when I've seen, do you know, I keep looking over here now because I've got it parked next to me. But
it is over there, we promise.
It's outside the shop, so apologies. I'm not just looking off all over the place. I'm not just completely insane.
We could do a scan of the thing, but there's also a light stand there, so you wouldn't actually see it. But if you haven't seen the car, I drove up to it at the beginning of the thing, and we are going to put the link.
Yeah.
Do you want to plug your YouTube?
Oh yeah, Stitch76.
Stitch76. There you go. And on Instagram, is it Stitch76 Insta?
Yep.
See, I'm a stalker.
I know.
See, I've done my research.
On Twitter, it's Stitch76PW. Oddly enough, Stitch76 was taken in a lot of places for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. See, that's why you have a stupid name like John Blower. No one else wants it.
Yeah. See, normally I used to use my name, James Scudder.
Yeah.
I just use that everywhere, and then I just realised that. What if I'm...
What's Stitch 76? Where did that come from?
Ah, right. So Stitch 76 is a funny story. It actually comes back from when I was, a very young teenager, and I think Xbox Live first came out.
Oh, that was a few years ago, wasn't it? Yeah.
And you had to register for a screen name, okay? And so at the time, I quite liked the film Lilo and Stitch. Okay, I thought Stitch was cool. I did this little blue alien that just. He had 6 legs and arms, but yet he could talk and he was destructive. He was a terrorising
That's what it was.
gamer, yeah.
You forget all the legs and everything. It was the destructive thing that you liked, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did Tone Good, I should add, if you've not seen that. How have you not seen that film? Everyone's seen that film. There's like 3 of them now. And a whole cartoon TV series. Anyway, so my daughter absolutely loves it. But coming back to the story. So I had to register an Xbox Live gamer tag. And so I just put in Stitch. And it said, oh, you can't have that. And so then one of my lucky numbers was 76. I tried that and said, oh, you can have that. So, and then, to be honest, I didn't realise you had to pay for the Xbox Live online. So I'm cheap, so I didn't pay for it. So I never played online.
That's where the computing comes in.
Yeah. Then it came through. Then a few years ago, when I started this whole YouTube thing and everything, I sat there and went, I'll just use that screen. That's when I realised that I'd never registered my Xbox Live gamer tag as Stitch76. I'd misspelt it. I'd actually missed out a T.
No way.
So it was Sitch.
Sitch.
Yeah,
Sitch 76.
76. So someone out there has the Xbox Live gamer tag and has had it since it first came out of Sitch.
Oh.
If you are listening to this, please tell me what that means. I'd be really interested.
Sitch 76. Get in touch.
Yeah.
Get in touch.
I'd want to know. I mean, now, so I changed it over to Stitch and recorrected it. When I realised this, a couple of years back when I started the YouTube thing, and I changed to Stitch 76. But then someone else had registered that on Xbox Live as well. And so now, technically on Xbox Live, I'm Stitch 76 66901 hashtag.
Really?
Yeah, in case you want to look me up on Xbox. I don't ever play on it, to be honest. My Xbox...
Because it takes you too long to log in because you've got 4,000 digits. Do you know, my wife on Twitter, while we're talking about crazy Twitter names, she put in @MelissaBlower and, or no, Melissa, I can't remember what she put @Melissa, thinking that would be available on Twitter. It was about 5-6 years ago. And the nearest one was like @Melissa 7294650022211 hash or something like that. Yeah. And that's her Twitter name. And then she realised that you can only put like 100 characters in, and so she doesn't tweet anymore because she can't tweet because all of her name takes up the whole of the tweet. Yeah, that's just a fun fact to let you know about about long usernames.
God, yeah, no, never even thought about that. No, I mean, our Xbox, I'll be honest, the latest Xbox I have now, I have not the new one that's out, the old one, it's the white one. I bought it and then bought a game for it 2 years later. I use it as a Blu-ray player. It's just a Blu-ray player. Oh, and I had Netflix on it.
You do know you can get Blu-ray players for like 35 quid or something in Argos.
Yeah, I know. I realised that afterwards. I was in Smith's Toys and was buying toys, and then just went, oh, an Xbox, yeah, we'll get some games. I bought some games for it.
24 months later.
Yeah. I've got a total of 7 games installed on my Xbox now. Ooh. I have... Might want to leave that lead in place, mate.
Yeah, I know. How rude of me.
I have Lego Dimensions for the kids.
Nice.
I have Lego Marvel Avenger Heroes.
For you?
For me.
Yeah. I could sell.
I have Lego Police for the kids. I have Roblox. They don't play it on there anymore. That was for the kids. They don't play it anymore. There is some Minecraft that came through with the Xbox.
Nice. Do you play Roblox?
I tried. I didn't really understand it.
No. See, my nephew's like huge into them games, Freddie. And he, on Fortnite as well. Have you ever played Fortnite?
God, I tried that. That's one of the other games that's installed in there. We tried that one. And yeah, the little kids. And you could hear them talking. They'd come through. They're like, killed you. And you'd like, I just joined.
Yeah. Why do you need to stab me in the throat? That's not fair. Shoot me. You land on a roof. That's what I did. I think the best I came out of like the 100 people was like 97th or something. So I was only the 3rd person to die. And I got so excited about it. But yeah, it's proper intense.
I discovered a tactic for it though. Try and land in a corner of the map and just sort of hide in that corner.
Yeah, but I think the first time I tried to land, I died because I fell into like lava or I snapped my neck or something. Something happened, and I was like, that's when I realised that I'm not a gamer. Yeah.
No, see, I'm not, and I don't get me wrong, I quite enjoy playing some games, and there's been games I've played at times and everything. I mean, I had a bad episode like a lot of people with my mental health a few years ago, and I lost myself in a video game, and to be honest it kind of helped pull me out of that as well to a degree. So it was called Witcher Wild Hunt, Witcher 3 I think it was. It's quite good. Netflix actually released a TV series based on Witcher after this game, so it was quite good, and yeah, that pulled me out. So yeah.
So did you get drawn into, because I know a lot of people that their mental health deteriorates when they start playing the video games. But do you saying that you found it the other way around? Then?
Yeah. I found it pulled me back out, and it made me realise a lot of people. And I think a lot of it came to a point where friends invited me out, and I said, "Oh no, I've got to play this video game." And that was when I realised, and it was because of that game then that I realised that I'd gotten quite bad at that point and everything, and I was in a bit of a low point in my life, and that pulled me out. And then that was quite good. So then, yeah, that was nice. And I think video gaming, I think it gets a lot of bad rep, to be honest, at times. Whereas at times it can be quite good as well. I've known people that have met friends on there and everything and had some amazing times and amazing memories from playing video games with people. And they're just like, oh, wow, I haven't spoke to you in years sort of thing. And everyone has a funny story. I mean, if you think your Pac-Man console, I absolutely love this and I want to have a go. And we're going to have a go later on.
Yeah.
So people listening on podcasts, you haven't got a clue what I'm talking about. There's a Pac-Man arcade machine behind me, the traditional proper one. I mean, unfortunately, it doesn't take coins either. So
it's free. It's completely free.
So seriously, just come down to Blower's Vape Shop. It's in New Arcade in
That's
Uxbridge.
exactly what Ian just said. He was like, just come. No one's advertised that you could buy vapes in my shop. Everyone just come down for the Pac-Man. Yeah. But it is pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. Just come down and play Pac-Man. Seriously. Yeah. I mean, he does sell some stuff. I mean, there's some vaping
stuff.
I don't vape, so I don't really understand. There's a lot of vaping machines there, and there's a lot of different colours, and there's so many bottles of liquid.
Bottles of liquid, we do. We have lots. But mainly, we've got a Pac-Man machine.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's the most important part.
There's also a fridge full of Red Bull. Do you know what? I'm pointing right now, and once again, you still can't see me. I mean, there's loads of stuff. You've got some of that CBD stuff that I keep hearing about as well. I'm not going to try it personally.
Ian just nicked it all, if I'm honest with you, mate.
Oh, really?
He just cleared me out. But
man. I quite.
Do you like the shop then?
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's
I like
cool,
it a lot.
isn't it?
The last time I was in the new arcade was when I lived in Uxbridge, and I think there was a pet shop here. That's not here anymore now. That
Long
was
gone.
that was a little newsagent. There was a music shop. That looks like it's some kind of bubble tea shop.
Yeah.
I don't remember what this one was, your shop.
At one stage, this was a record shop. My mate John Manning used to have this shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was because I used to come down here with Whitty a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's it. So this was a record shop because I used to come here when I was like young, and this is where I first sort of started DJing. So it's quite funny that it's all sort of come full circle.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it's brought you back as well. I mean,
that's it.
Hopefully it'll stop raining later on and we can take the car out and we can complete my full circle of Windsor Street. But if not, I'm going to have to come back to Uxbridge for another day.
We'll do another podcast.
I'll have to do it, yeah.
Yeah, come back.
It's going back to the cars now. So while I've got this red car that is now road legal and everything, it's absolutely great fun. But when I got my first of all, so when you apply, you go for this test and they give you a certificate that you then send, well, if you pass, they give you a certificate saying you passed. So you then send that off.
How hard was it to pass?
Oh my God, it's like an MOT on steroids, okay? It's the only way I can describe it. They're really strict. And there's certain things that after you've passed it, you can then change on your car because in your MOT time, what a lot of people may not realise is you can get a thing called a daytime MOT. So essentially it's for if your car doesn't have lights on, just means you can only drive in the daytime, which is fine. And lots of people do it, especially on old classic vehicles that don't have the means of generating electricity to power things and lights.
I never do that.
But when you go for these, what's called either the MSVA test or the SVA test or even an IVA test, you have to meet all these requirements for all conditions. But after you've got the certificate, you're then allowed to remove them. And I had to have lots of conversations with DVLA about this and saying, well, look, I'm not going to be driving at night. To be honest, I'm not really going to be driving on the road. It was more just a challenge sort of thing because I was quite bored in lockdown. So I did that and sent my certificate off. And I got this letter through. And I just remember looking at it and I was like, this is amazing. I've got it. I know what my registration number is. I can now go and buy the plates and I'll order them online. And then it hit me. Then I was done.
Yeah.
I was like,
completed the task.
Well, what's next? And it was like, my wife said, she's like, why aren't you so more excited? I'm like, because I'm finished. This letter essentially says, congratulations, you've completed it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, we go back to video games. When you finish a video game, that was it. That was the end of the video game. You just put it back then, didn't you? It sat in your cupboard and got a bit of dust on.
True.
Especially back in the days of like an old Nintendo 64 or a Mega Drive. It's like you couldn't get all these what they call DLCs now, where you get extra bits to do on it.
Yeah, that's true.
You didn't have those things. And this is what it was like. It was like there was no add-on. So I started on the other cars. So the white police truck, monster truck type thing.
I can't believe you're doing like a full car garage worth of them.
Yeah. Oh, mate, there's 7 I've got in total, and I'm going to come down. There's some pretty rare ones as well. I'll send you some photos through because you're going to love them. So the white police truck, I had a play with that one, and it's fun. It's cool. It doesn't really hold an adult. Okay, you have to take like the rear lights off. Like there's a bar that comes across, sort of thing.
Okay.
So you have to take this off to fit in as an adult, which is fine. You can do that. But it's now 4-wheel drive, and so it can now tow my Ford Galaxy.
You've towed your Ford Galaxy with
my kids' toy car.
You're nuts.
So
that is epic.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that you've now ticked off your list.
Yeah, as well. And there is no reason for it to be able to do that. It's just kind of, I was tinkering it, just tuning it a little bit because I wanted it to be a proper 4-wheel drive. So each wheel has its own little motor. So, and bear in mind that these kids' toy cars, everybody seems to think they're really expensive. They're not. Lots of people get rid of these kids' toy cars and just throw them out, sort of thing, or sell them on Facebook because the motor's gone or the battery's gone. The motors are £5, people. Please don't throw these things away. There is no need. There is enough plastic waste out there. You don't need to throw these away. A new battery for them. If you go to the main company, they'll charge you £60. You can go on eBay. You can buy 2 batteries for £20 delivered to your house. Okay, so and I will repair these for people, and I have videos on my YouTube channel, Stitch76. There's another plug, by the way.
For tenner.
I'm gonna charge you for that.
I'm charging you now.
So yeah, I will help you. I'm quite happy. Drop me an email, contact@stitch76.com.
So literally, if someone's out there and they've got, because I know loads of people, like you say, they buy them for their kid might get a little bit too big for it, or like you say, something might break on it, like the wheel might come off or so, and you just stick it back in the cupboard or you stick it in the garage.
Yeah, a lot of people throw them out or put it on Facebook for a tenner. So if you're looking for one for a child, then buy one as a project. Do it with your children, working it together. My children absolutely loved working on these cars.
Yeah.
It was absolutely amazing. And we've got quite a collection now. So I'm trying to do this whole full circle thing. So this is my first time doing a podcast, so I'm just going to
smashing it, mate. You're smashing it.
So anyway, so there's a few rare ones that were released over the years, okay? So there was RC from Toy Story, you know, the little green car. It was a little 6-foot run. It was released by Feber, and this must have been, I think Toy Story came out in like the late 90s, didn't it?
Yeah, 96, 97. It's quite.
So, and I found this one for sale, and I'd never seen one for sale before, and I'd since found out they were I tell her, I found one for sale, and it was up in Oxford. It was quite far, and the guy wanted like nearly £800 for it, and I was like, oh, why do you want £800 for it? That's a toy. So anyway, then browsing Facebook Marketplace one day, I found one for sale in Kent for £50. So I drove down to Kent, pick it up. I was like, oh, I'll take it for £50. Yeah, that'll be quite nice. Expecting it to be in a bit of bad shape, a bit battered, bit well. No, so what it turned out was that these people had bought it for their children. They didn't like it, so sat it in the corner of their dining room, hoping when they had grandchildren they would like it. The grandchildren don't like it, so then they're selling it. And so it's literally been used for about 10 minutes and just sat in the corner of their dining room. They had a big house. They had a very big house. I mean, So we got that one. That was cool. And then, so that's quite rare. And I love that one to pieces. He's just sort of sat in the garage now collecting dust because I won't let the kids drive him because I'm sitting there going, wow, that's a good chunk of money towards the house sort of thing. A much bigger house, and we're in desperate need for a bigger house. Jesus. And then it was a few months ago, I was just once again browsing Facebook Marketplace as you do, sort of just having a look at the general rubbish that people sell on there. Sort of
love it. That's one of my hobbies.
There was one that looked just like a Mario go-kart. And I'd seen people in America with this one before that had modified it.
I've seen them.
And I was like, it's an actual Mario go-kart. And oh my God, it's going to get... The guy was literally only round the corner as well. It literally had to drive 10 minutes to get to him.
It was a message.
And I was like, I have to have it. And so we got that one. Then, about a month after that one, there was one that I found for sale, and it was a plane. It was a plane.
You're not going to make it fly, are you?
No. I'm not that skilled. No, it's a Super Hornet FA18. So I had to go and get it because, bless her, my wife, her family has quite a history with the RAF. And so it was for her, really. I mean, I know we don't fly the Super Hornets FA18s. They're American planes. I learned a lot about planes, by the way. When I got this
I'm quite impressed. I'm learning as well.
So I only know about this one plane, though. So don't ask me about other planes. Ask me about this one plane.
You can't go on Mastermind unless it's just this one plane.
Comes on that one, that $1 million question. That's a Super Hornet FA18. Fantastic. What is that?
End of the show.
End of the show. Don't ask any other questions. So we got that one. So And once again, that was quite rare. So I spoke to the company that did that, and they said, oh yeah, well, they just weren't that popular. People wanted a car, they didn't want a plane. And to be honest, the plane was a bit bulky, and it was nice. And I like it. And I'd sort of, we kind of started a bit of a collection of these now. All the children have got them. In fact, my sister-in-law recently moved in with us, actually, and she turned 17. She's now legally able to drive. So it's like, right, let's go get you a car. Let's get the first child a proper car. Don't want to learn to drive. Sorry, what?
Excuse me?
I don't want to learn to drive. She grew up in London, so she got a bus train, but didn't need to drive. There's no space for a car. A car's just a very expensive, unnecessary thing. You had London go. Then obviously she moved in with me and my wife and came out to Buckinghamshire. There isn't really public transport.
Yeah, you do. Do you know what you do know? If you move away from London or in Greater London and you move to somewhere like that, like my wife's from Gerrards Cross, so she's Buckinghamshire as well. If she wants to go from, say, like here to Ruislip, there's a bus every 18 seconds. You want to try and get a bus to Gerrards Cross, and there's 2 an hour, and that's between 10 and 4.
That's on the peak time.
Yeah, crazy. So yeah, she still don't drive.
No,
she's got a chauffeur. She don't.
I was going to say, my wife doesn't drive either.
Does she?
No. In fairness, it saves me a fortune because we've only got to pay out for the one car.
You know what you want to do?
Yeah.
Build her a car. Build her a little car. She would never have to chauffeur again.
Yeah.
Can you build my wife a little car?
I can do, mate. I
Yeah?
can do, yeah. It'll take a while.
It's fine.
It's fine. Good.
Not in a rush, mate. I've put up with chauffeuring her for 18 years. I'm sure another couple of years won't hurt.
Nah, you'll be fine. It won't take that long.
No.
Nah, we get done in a few months. We're just we'll clear a bit of space in the shop. We'll get rid of this counter.
We'll get rid of the stuff. We'll get rid of the stuff in the shop.
I mean,
we'll get rid of the vapey stuff in the vape shop.
We get rid of all these different vaping machines. You've got all these liquids.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, there's loads of liquid. I mean, there's 2 different bowls. You've got to have at least 200, 300 different flavours?
420 flavours.
420?
Yeah, I'm like a fat vaping Willy Wonka.
It's amazing. Do you know, I'm looking at some of this like coffee, mint.
Don't have coffee. The coffee one's horrible.
Oh, there's caramel. I'm literally looking. Sorry, they're just. If you watch on a video, they're probably about a metre from me at an angle. It's vanilla custard, zesty apple. I mean, there's literally every flavour. I'll tell you what. It's probably going to be an easy question. What flavour have you not got?
I don't think there's no savoury. No one's come out with savoury ones yet.
Really?
You know, like chicken and chips or something like that.
Because these things are so popular now.
Yeah.
Everybody vapes. Everywhere I go, everyone looks like a steam choo-choo train.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
don't have to. There's disposables and stuff as well.
Oh, okay.
But
do you do the disposables then?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah.
So there we go. So you
We
could
do everything.
successfully stop people looking like a steam choo-choo train, as I refer to them as.
Yeah. Do you know what? When I drive with my mum, if someone's vaping out the window, when you get the big car, and she shouts, she'll literally drive past it. Your car's on fire! Like that. And it's the most embarrassing thing in the world, especially now that I have a vape shop as well. It's even more. So now I don't drive around with my mum.
No.
She has to
let your mum drive and then tell her, I've got the disposables, I can get rid of that so you don't look like, as your mum says, on fire.
Throw a flyer through their window.
Yeah, seriously, mate. Your mum's advertising for you. I need to come down, get the disposables, get rid of that. Don't look like a steam choo-choo train.
Just done. Steam choo-choo train. I like that.
It's just what it
I'm
reminds
going to
me
use that
of.
because I always use the dragon terminology.
Oh, yeah.
But
No.
steam
Well, I guess
choo-choo
it's probably,
train is
for
much
people who actually vape, they probably have better terminology. Well,
yeah, clouds. We call them clouds.
Clouds, fine. Yeah, clouds come off a choo-choo train, so there we go, it works.
Choo-choo
You've all got it
train.
wrong. You all need to listen to my logic. Look,
I think your terminology is much better than anything that the industry is throwing out there right now, mate.
Seriously, I think the world needs to listen to the guy who took a kid's car and decided to road register it, okay?
Yeah,
Because
no, I
quite
can't.
clearly, I'm the correct one.
You know
and not
best.
insane. Yeah.
You know best.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm really stupid and took it out in the hope that I'd get pulled over or have a kid's toy car that can tow a real car.
But it's all got logic. You've done it. You have no fucking logic for why you towed your car, but it's pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, and this is it. And this is one of the things is, in my opinion, life is to have fun.
Yeah,
okay,
of course.
And not being funny. I joke about saying people look like a steam choo-choo train. They're enjoying doing that.
Yeah.
They're having fun, and you make me have fun because I get to call you a steam choo-choo train.
There you go.
And also, hashtag steam choo-choo train. That's now mine. I own it.
Are you going for that hashtag?
Yeah, hashtag steam choo-choo train.
Bit long.
That's fine. That's what she said.
We have that. Well, look, I got so excited that you made me rip my mic off.
Sorry.
These are my new ones. Look, do you like them?
They're very snazzy. I quite
Aren't
like
they?
them.
We'll find out when the podcast comes out if you can actually hear through them, but they look pretty, don't they?
All we're here is just us knocking it over.
Well, yeah, now that I've broken it, there's £179 down the drain.
Whoa, jeez, yeah, I'm not doing podcasts. I'll stick to my YouTube.
You can
videos.
borrow these ones. Buy these off me. I'll stick them on Facebook buy and sell page. We can have them on there. But mate, thank you so much for coming on today, mate. It has been an honour because we both it was like a psychic connection because when I was first writing down like my hit list of people, you was on that list and then you messaged me Like, you all right, fancy? And I was like, you wouldn't believe, you know.
I've been a fan of the cast, of the show. So I was like, well, I've got to get on there. I've got something to give to the world now. Because before, I was just an idiot. Now, I'm an idiot with a road legal toy car. So now I'm something.
Well, I'm just still an idiot. I'm just an idiot with a podcast.
You're an idiot with a podcast and a vape shop, mate.
There you go.
A vape shop that has 1,000,001 flavours. Look at this. I could be your salesman, mate.
I'm thinking of employing you.
Seriously, come down here. You can look like a steam choo-choo train and pick from over 400 flavours. 400.
Or they could follow you on YouTube.
Well, you could follow me on YouTube
and watch some wicked videos.
You could do. And then you could learn how to do these things your kids got, or even fix them.
But that's the thing. Are you being genuine? Like, if people have got them and they want them fixing,
just drop me a message. I can literally send you eBay links, everything. Yeah. I'm not.
Yeah.
I know there's people. These kids riding cars are a lot more popular in America, and there's people that set up shops that repair them, businesses that modify them, and everything. And they're popular out there. They're going to make money from it. I'm not in this to make money. This is to have fun. I've never met a child that doesn't have fun on these things.
That's like you said. This is something that's brought you and your children closer.
It's fun. Yeah, it is. Yeah. My kids have loved working on these. They've learned electrics as well, which is great. They've learned maths. They've learned not to pull brake wires over batteries because batteries catch on fire if you do that.
Very important lesson.
That was a good important lesson learnt there. That was, yep.
And they've learned that Daddy's a pretty fucking cool guy.
Yeah. The funny thing is they now turn around and say, Daddy's a YouTuber. I'm not famous. Yeah. I'm not famous on YouTube. It's funny because I was recently, I had another very famous YouTube channel contact me. And they wanted my car on their show. And I said, yes. And the amount of articles that are written on me and the car, and I never spoke to these people.
They just ripped off their show.
Yeah. They ripped off their show, and when going through the channel, I read like they'd been speaking to me, and so I went through and commented on all the articles, going, "Oh, by the way, if you want an interview, just contact me." None of them have.
Really?
Yeah, and the amount of people that, because you know you always get the comments on these blog posts and everything, don't you? People trying to, did they really not contact me? I'm like, no. And also, I've emailed them and they've not contacted me.
It's just lazy journalism, though, isn't it? It's just lazy.
And a lot of them, they were the same and everything. I've had one channel in Russia contact me and say, look, can you film something for us? And I did. Guys, I'm in this for fun. I'm not in this to sit there and go, I've done this, I'm now going to sell it. That's my daughter's car. It's a one-off. Yeah. No one else gets it. I'm really sorry. I'll happily help somebody else make another one or guide you along the route. But I'm telling you what, you don't want to be. Oh, this is best. One of the articles said I drive this car everywhere. And their exact words, they said he drives it literally everywhere. Till about 2 weeks ago, it had a 4-mile range. I couldn't afford a bigger battery, so
you live in a box.
Yeah, live in a box. Well, there's no suspension. Half an hour driving that thing, your neck hurts for 4 days.
Especially in Wickham, you've seen them potholes in that place.
Jesus. And it's all hills as well. That 4-mile range is on flat. High Wycombe there is no flat part in High Wycombe. It's just all hills. Yeah, it's insane.
You've got no chance. So that's why you come to Uxbridge.
Yeah. So I just need to get it back on Windsor Street. Is it Windsor Street, Windsor Avenue?
Windsor Street.
It is Windsor Street. I got it right. Yeah. Jesus, grew up here, lived here all my life. Well, no, not anymore, but yeah. Still get it wrong. And I swear this used to be called the old arcade.
Someone else just said that. It's called the new arcade, but it says the arcade out the front.
But this has been the only ever arcade.
Yeah. There's no other arcade.
I've literally lived here. Well, I've known Uxbridge for 30 plus years. Okay. There has never been another arcade. This was always here. I mean, before that was a wasteland opposite there where the Chimes is and everything.
Yeah.
Apart from a big index that was there at one point. There's a big index.
I remember that there was a youth club over there. I don't know what. I think we went there a couple of times, but there was a youth club. I think it was like above the shops or something like that.
There was,
That was pretty cool.
There was a multi-storey car park as well. That was a really old one. Then you had another car park that was like just gravel that was at the side. It was kind of at the back of that
standard 90s gravel park. Yeah.
But there was a little man in a booth there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. Uxbridge has changed so much. I mean, this was when we had a Woolworths. And that's what I never said. Mate, I came in and you've got the big pound shop there now, which is great. I love a pound shop. Everyone loves a bargain. And that pound shop's huge. But the back doors by the bus station aren't open. But there's a till there as well.
Do you know what? No, but that door was open.
Yeah.
But everyone stole out of there. I mean, everyone still steals out of there. But that's why they closed them back doors. Because it was literally people would come in the front door, fill up their handbags, and walk out the back door.
But they had a till at the back, surely.
Yeah, but they didn't have a security guard at the back.
Okay, I guess so. Yeah, I guess they've only got employed one security guard. It's pound shop. Their profit margins aren't that high, so they can't afford it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
so don't steal from pound shops.
Yeah.
Just steal from. No, don't steal.
Yeah, don't steal. Yeah, don't steal. Don't steal. Don't get caught if you do.
Don't steal.
Sorry,
just
no,
don't
just
steal.
don't steal. Yeah,
just don't steal.
Yeah, just don't steal. Yeah.
There we go. But do you know what? Even in Uxbridge now, we've got town security.
Really?
That's how cool we are, mate.
Oh man, see, I've got High Wycombe Town Centre, and not being funny, it's not Uxbridge. It's not. There is a shopping centre, but there's one. I mean, you've got the. It's not called the Chimes anymore, is it now? It's called.
No, it is called the Chimes. It was called Into, and then Into went bust. Into went into administration. See what I did there, and now it's gone back to the Chimes.
What's the Pavilions called now?
That's now called the Pavilions as well. That changed to the Mall, and then changed back to the Pavilions.
I came in here once, and it was called the Mall, and I was like,
yeah. It was bought out by an American company, and then the American company realised that they shouldn't have bought it, so they sold it to Poundland or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay, and they changed it back. Yeah. Good, because there was something going on, because there was like this. You'd always come in there, and you'd come in the front door, which was by the wall, which the wall isn't there anymore now. And everyone, if you're our age, you know what I mean by the wall. But now it's weird giant pebbles.
Yep. Yeah, okay. Great pebbles. Shout out to the pebbles.
This is the one. This is the entrance by Metro Bank. That's where the wall was. That's where, if you were a cool kid, you hung out on the wall.
Oh yeah, we all used to hang around on the walls.
Yeah.
And then like the really cool kids would have skateboards.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you skateboard?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, not good though.
Mate, I was like, I remember I bought one, and I think it was like a Ninja Turtles one as well, from like sports soccer, and I looked more like I was trying to scratch the inside of my leg by doing it. I never got on with skateboarding.
I could fall over really well.
Oh,
I could do that. I could do the fall over trick.
Yeah.
Not many people could do that one. I could do an ollie. I could do my version of an ollie. So what you did, you'd skate along and then you'd shout out ollie.
Oh, okay,
it's fantastic.
Cool. I remember I had inline roller skates, and I fell down my steps at my house in them. I don't know why I'd walk up and down steps I fell down and I broke my arm, but my mum didn't believe me that I broke my arm. She left me there for 6 hours crying. I probably shouldn't say this because I'll probably get taken away by the social services now. But for 6 hours I sat there crying. It was only when my nan got home and said, "What's wrong with him?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "He's whinging, he fell down the stairs." And then she looked at my arm and it was all like, and I went to the hospital and I broke my arm. So big shout out to my mum who, So now if I win, she takes me straight to the hospital. Safety first.
Yeah. Best to be that way.
Best mate.
Inline skates, I miss those. I mean, you don't ever see people in inline skates or skateboards. Oh no, you do see skateboards. You see the electric skateboards now, don't you?
I didn't know that was a thing until recently when I saw someone. They didn't move their foot and they literally flew past. It was outside it, and they flew past it about 26 miles an hour.
I'm so tempted to get one of them. Yeah. I want to get one of them, but they're so expensive.
I've got a scooter. I've got an electric scooter.
Have you?
Yeah, but I'm still in them like in the middle. I don't know whether I look like a guy that just gets it because he's too lazy to walk, which is why I got it, or whether I look like someone that's having a midlife crisis and I should be wearing like leathers and like a Harley Davidson hat or something.
I drive around a kid's toy car. I'm definitely the man in a midlife crisis.
High five!
Look at that, we kept the mics on this time.
We did, we done well, we done well.
So
no, but dude, thank you so much for coming on my show, mate. It really has been an honour.
It's been privileged to come down. It's been good to have a catch up with you as well. Yeah, it's been so long.
But way too long, mate. Way too long. But no, keep me updated on how the cars are going.
I will do.
Follow you on YouTube at
Stitch76.
Stitch76. And mate, it's been lovely seeing you. And we'll have to do it again soon.
We'll do.
Either on camera or just come down to one of my gigs and we'll party.
We'll do.
Bring the car down to Attic. Oh yeah. We'll have like a VIP
Can I get it in there?
Try anything once.
Yeah. When's it reopening? Because I saw it was having a big refurb.
21st of June.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep, 21st of June, mate.
I've got to be honest, last time I went in there, it was called Royale's.
Oh no, that one's finished. That's gone now. I'm going to Attic in Windsor. I've been poached.
Oh, that thing's gone.
Gone. You've not been watching my Facebook or...
Yeah, I thought that was the one that was being done up, that I saw a picture of you on there.
There was a picture of me in there, but that's because it was shut down.
Oh, I thought it was all being worked on and everything and being refurbished.
See, you just saw the picture, pressed like, and didn't even read the story behind it.
No, of course not, mate. I've got 5 kids in my house.
Well, that's very true. That's very true. But no, dude, good luck with everything.
Thank you, mate.
I hope it all goes well.
I'll catch
Big
up
love,
soon.
man. See you soon. God bless, buddy.
Have a good one. Cheers, all.